Okay guys, welcome back. I got another casual deck profile for you that's on the budget side of things. And if the title and the playmat didn't give it away, I'm going to be doing gadgets today. Now if you've been following my channel as a series, one of my previous videos was on the Utopia engine and about how it's about a $10 budget engine that can let you go for some game strikes. And I did promise I was going to go ahead and feature the next deck as something that can use it, and I believe that the gadgets are the deck to do that. So enjoy the original Hobby League playmat, and let's do our profile, shall we? So we're going to start with our monster cards. And for that, we've got Ash Blossom at 3. We've got Boot Up Admiral Destroy Dynamo at 3. Boot Up Corporal Command Dynamo at 3. We've got Gold Gadget at 3. We have Green Gadget at 2. We're running 2 copies of Machina Fortress. We will be using 2 copies red, 3 copies silver, 2 copies yellow. So that's pretty easy. Our spells are going to be 3 copies, the Boot Up Order Gear Charge, 3 copies of Called by the Grave, a single copy of the Double or Nothing because we're running both Utopia engines in here. We're going to run 2 copies of Iron Draw. We're going to run 3 copies of Lunar Removal, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Pot of Avarice. I'm running Scapegoats in here because I didn't have an additional copy of Powerhold the Moving Battery. This is also going to affect my extra deck because I'm using 2 copies of Mrs. Radiant in order to soak up goats. But if I was not doing that, I'll tell you what I would change. We're going to have the 1 Upstart Goblin and, of course, the 1 trap card, Powerhold. Wish I had the second copy so I could have ran it. Now, in the extra deck, we're going to be running 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Gear Gigan X, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 2 copies Mrs. Radiant, 139 Utopia, 139 Utopia Double, 141 Baguska the Terribly Tired Tapir, which is a tongue twister unto itself, 1 number 60 Dugara's the Timeless, 1 copy S39 Utopia Prime, 1 S39 Utopia the Lightning, 1 copy Platinum Gadget, and 1 copy Tornado Dragon. And again, the substitution here, if I would have had the 2 power holds, would not be running the goats. I would take out the Mrs. Radiant, and it would probably go into a Platinum Gadget, or it would go into the Gear Gigant. And if you were just here for the deck list, you're now free to go. That only took about 3 minutes. If you were here for the explanation behind some of the plays, stick around. I'm doing that right now. So, first thing is, we're going to be running all the original gadgets as 2-ofs, and anybody who's played these guys before knows it's a reverse stoplight. By that I mean red grabs yellow, yellow grabs green, green grabs red. It's when it's normal summoned or special summoned, and you can do that as many times as you can in a turn. We're running 2-ofs because it's a little clumpy in a technique deck, unless of course you wanted to play a pure gadget deck, at which point, go for it. Now, the newer gadgets are the silver and the gold, and I don't know why my focus is bugging out, but these guys are essentially the same character with different stats. This one's at 15, this one's at 17, but they're also light, which is different. You'll have to notice that the originals are all Earth, and what these guys are going to do is literally the same thing, changing one word on it, and that's silver or gold. So once per turn, when they are normal or special summoned, they may special summon an additional gadget card, or it's actually a level 4 lower machine card, from your hand to the field, which allows you to summon, search, and then you could go into a link play for the Platinum Gadget, get your extra normal summon. You could go into the Gear Gigan X, you pitch material, tutor out a level 4 lower machine type from the deck to your hand. Either way, it's good stuff. Or if they are destroyed by battle or card effect while in the field, they can special summon another level 4 lower machine, or maybe it actually says Gadget this time. It does say Gadget. So, that's not bad. This is the part where silver can't play same name and gold can't play same name. But silver can play gold, which would then, of course, its special summon to get you another summon. So, very good. Those effects are hard once per turn, one way or the other, and can be used defensively, and I'll explain that later when I get the card out of my stack here. So let's set those guys off to the side. Next, guys, we're going to talk about... We're not going to bother with the Ash Blossoms, okay? If you don't know why those are in here, that's fine. We're going to talk about the Boot Up Corporal Command Dynamo. Now, once per turn, these can be summoned by targeting up to 2 gadget creatures that are either field or discard. So they could both be in the discard. So if you went for the Link 2 to the Platinum Gadget, special summon him, and then he gets his 2 cards as equips. Now, for each card he's equipped with, he's going to gain 1,000 power, and his summoning effect is once per turn hard. So he is an extender, and he works brilliantly with a spell that we're going to talk about here in a minute. So he's a great little extender. And then you've got your de facto boss character of the deck, which is the Boot Up Admiral Destroyer Dynamo. And what makes this guy so much fun is cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from the hand by sending 2 gadget monsters you control from your hand or face up on the field. So again, with the original gadgets, with the original guys just going ahead and bolstering your hand, it's no worries. You don't have to sacrifice a field presence to get him. Now, he cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while you control a gadget monster or a gadget monster that's being treated as equipped cards, which is why Command Dynamo is also very good. Add once per turn as a non-hard once per turn effect, once per turn per copy. You can target one other card on the field to destroy. So you can get rid of back row and do some fun stuff there. And then I'm running the 2 Machina Fortresses because why not? It's extra field presence. It's an extra boss level character. And there's one play where, and we'll just skip to that here with the spells and explain why he's actually pretty good. So Upstart Goblin needs no introduction. Scapegoats needs no introduction. Avarice Reborn, those are all goes without saying. Same thing with Called by the Grave. If you don't know why these are played, you probably just don't know the cards in general. Limited removal's worth talking for 2 seconds. It does double over the attack of all your machine monsters that are currently on the field on activation. And it will stay that way till the end phase of the turn, at which point you will destroy any monster that had its stats changed with this. And this is a good defensive play with gold and silver because you can summon them on your turn. Summon one, special summon the other, get a 3rd summon. Your opponent goes to swing on you. You activate the limiter removal to do the damage. They're probably going to back off after the first attack. During the end phase, they will be destroyed. It is a separate turn. They can special summon cards out of the deck. So that's a nice little extension play. And since limiter removal came back off the limitations list from 1, it's a little more viable. Iron Draw's in here because I was having problems finding good cards to help me dig for cards. And the effect of this one's a little different. So if I control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters at the time, I may draw 2 cards, and for the rest of the turn after this resolves, I can only special summon once that turn. And you can only activate one of these once per turn. So if you draw a pretty dead hand, but you have gold or silver plus another card, you can summon, go into your draw 2. Double or nothing. If you don't know the Utopia engine, I encourage you to go ahead and take a look at my last video. And the coolest spell card in this deck is the Boot Up Order Gear Charge. Now, when this is activated, you may target any number of gadget monsters that you control that are currently equipped to a monster and special summon them. Now, this will allow, as long as gold and silver were used from the discard pile for the Command Dynamo, you will be able to play those, get these guys as the equips, then use this to special summon them back out, and it acts as a type of extension, allowing you to get more cards on the field. The secondary effect is the part why I was using the Machina Fortress. So once per turn, and only once that turn, you can discard a card, add 1 Boot Up Admiral Destroyer Dynamo from deck to hand. So I had to discard my Fortress to get my Dynamo, and then because he is an 8-star on his own, I was able to discard him to the fortress, and it was a good thing that it was an available play, because otherwise I was dead in the water that game. And this is another reason why I really wanted the the second copy of Power Hold, the moving battery, because with Power Hold, when you activate this, you special summon this card as an effect monster. It's an Earth Machine, 0/2K, and you can equip one level 4 or lower one level 4 gadget monster from hand or deck to it, and then it gains attack equal to double the attack of the card. And my favorite target here is going to be the gold gadget, because again, he'll make this card a 3400 beat stick. But afterward, I can easily use the boot up order, special summon another card from my hand, and then these can actually overlay directly into Utopia, which is fantastic. So, let's get to the extra deck and what it does pretty well. So, if you don't know Tornado Dragon, he's MST, he's generic 2/4s, and once per turn is quick effect, just like a Mystical Space Typhoon. You may detach material from this, target a spell trap, and destroy it. Platinum Gadget's fun. 2 machine monsters, and this again allows you to use your Destroyer Dynamo, your Command Dynamo. This allows you to use the Fortress, whatever you like. Cannot be used as link material. The turn it is link summoned. Haha, it's an appliancer. During your main phase, you can special summon a level 4 lower machine from your hand to a zone that this card points to. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a level 4 gadget from your deck. And unlike Gold and Silver, he's not hard once per turn one way or the other. He can use all of his effects once each during the turn. Hence why I actually wanted him at a double. But then you've got my Utopia cards. And again, like I said, these are all really good. If you don't know the strategy, I encourage you again, go watch the other video. Dagaris is in here. He's got 3 different effects. Basically, I want to use him for his doubling over effect. So I'll lose my next battle phase and one of my cards doubles over. And since I'm using the double or nothing strategy and triple limiter removal, this allows me to have a couple more ways to go for game swing. Terribly Tired Tapir is just in here in case I have to stall out, because I really did get a bad hand. Mrs. Radiant is in here to soak up the, like I said, to soak up the scapegoats. I would normally only run this card at 1 of, but because I had to run the scapegoats in order to play this deck and get it play tested, this is what I went with. And it actually works out very well. And a strategy I ended up doing with this was I turned a scapegoats into a Nightmare Unicorn by utilizing a maybe little known strategy with link monsters, and that is you can use them for their link rating or as a singular card when creating a link. So, no, I couldn't do that. But you can go into the Mrs. Radiant and use the Radiant and the Goat in order to go into your Unicorn, and then you're able to then go for the Stroke. The match, I ended up taking a direct attack from Rainbow Neos after he put my field back into my deck. And I judged that I could just go ahead into the Nightmare Unicorn, discard my card, bounce his Rainbow Neos real quick, and then I had Radiant Unicorn and another gadget in order to attack for the game. And of course, Unicorn's just good tech. Phoenix is another like MST type effect, and it's also very good at since all the gadgets have different names and they can populate real quick, it's another good option for you. Gear Gigan X is probably one of my favorite machine tech cards. 2 level 4 machine types, and then I only use the first effect, so once per turn you can detach material from this card, add a level 4 lower machine from deck or graveyard to your hand, and this will allow you to extend some plays. You can get back the Command Corporal, you can get silver gold out of your deck. If you need to start adding cards to hand, grab a gadget that you need. Very good. Exciton Knight, again, if I have to play some defense and wait for me to be able to play, he's just a good option. And of course the Abyss Dweller, the killer of hand traps and graveyard effects. So that's not bad. A normal field could end up looking something like this. I'm going to do a quick test draw. There's my dual center because this play mat is so old. We didn't have very specific zones. Like we didn't have the pendulum or the extra zone, and this is before all that nonsense. So just a really quick test hand of how you can build a field. And let's hope it actually draws right, seeing as it's pretty well organized for doing the video shoot. And I wasn't smart enough to make the deck twice. Haha. Alright, and then your opponent's cut. So, opening hand, you get an Ash Blossom, you get an Avarice, Command Dynamo, Destroyer, Destroyer, draw, Called by the Grave. Pretty bad hand. Try this one more time. And then if it doesn't work, whatever. So, okay. Called yellow, green, green, command. We'll say I'm going second. We'll get Destroyer. So you get a couple plays. You probably play green for red. Send 2 to the grave. So send the green in there. Get your Destroyer. Play your Command Dynamo as a special summon because you can. It's a 2K. And again, you could deal with a card that your opponent has. We can quickly go into double. We'll put them up there. Those will get popped. Send one. You'll go ahead, you'll grab your double or nothing. And then at the same time, you will slide Utopia into the original Utopia. Now at 5K. And when you go to battle, you'll have Utopia swing, negate his own attack, hit the double or nothing. And for the most part, if their monster is 2K or less, that right there is the game stroke, because that Utopia is now at 10,000 points during damage calculation with a follow-up 25. And if they tried to do a hand trap, we can go ahead and hit that with our quick play called. So that's my casual budget gadget deck utilizing my original gadget playmat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to have something fun the next time around. But I'll see you guys later, alright?